Hi, and welcome to the New Wave Cooking Club. I'm Jennifer, the executive chef for New Wave Ovens, and today I'm going to make one of my favorite recipes. It's a cilantro chicken breast. It's marinated. When I get the chicken home from the grocery, I throw everything in a bag, marinate it in the freezer. One of my favorite functions about the New Wave is that I can cook from frozen and it's done. So on those nights that you forget to take something out for dinner, this is a great recipe for that. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a bulb of garlic, just show you how easy it is to get them off. I only take off what I need. If the bulbs stay adjacent to the bottom, it retains its freshness. So I've got 4, and let me get my little bowl here for my garbage. And what I do is I just take my knife and I just put a little pressure, okay? And then they just peel off very simply. Instead of trying to peel them off like this, it just comes off real easy. All right, and that's all there is to it. Now, I'm going to make this marinade in our twister that is available online. But if you don't have a twister or a blender at home, another trick to doing this is to have the garlic adhere to the board. I put a little kosher salt in it, and I just do a chopping, starting to rock my knife. The front of my blade never leaves the cutting board. My fingers are in so that if I do happen to cut myself, I cut this part of my knuckle. Okay, well, for time's sake, I'm going to show you in the twister blender how I do everything. So we're just going to put this off to the side. I'll use it for something else. Okay, so I'm going to take our 8-ounce cup. I'm going to take the top of it off, and I'm going to take, doesn't matter what rhyme or reason, I just follow my recipe, and I take 1/4 of a cup of lemon. And what I do, guys, is I roll the lemon. It gets all the juices flowing. Or another trick is you can put it in the New Wave oven, put the lid on high, 2 minutes, and all the juices will come to the surface, okay? So I take this. I've already got some here measured, but here's my little trick. Instead of dirtying up something, I hold my fingers like this, so all the juice comes through, but all the seeds stay here. So anyways, and I do that just in case I have any seeds. So 1/4 of a cup is going in here. Okay, put this down here. All right, a cup of cilantro. Cilantro should be cleaned and dried, patted in a paper towel. When I get all my herbs home, I dry them, wrap them in a paper towel, wash them, dry them, wrap them in a paper towel. That's the way to store herbs in the refrigerator. So anyways, roughly, if you're not into measuring, a handful of cilantro. Stick in there. Try and take all the stems off. That's the bitter part. But if you get in there, it's okay. Okay, then I'm going to take my 4 cloves, pop them in. I'm going to take about a tablespoon of soy sauce. I'm going to take a tablespoon of sugar, and I'm going to use my teaspoon because my tablespoon was wet there. So 3 teaspoons equals a tablespoon. I am going to give it a pinch of pepper, and I'm ready to twist. So the blade side goes down. Secure it very tightly. Let's bring my twister over. Okay, turn it upside down. And we're just going to pulse this. And I don't want to solidify it. I want to see those chunks of cilantro. So that's perfect. Beautiful marinade. All right, we're going to take it off. Put it over here by my garbage bowl. Now I take my plastic bag, I open it up. Depending on my family, I cook 6 chicken breasts because my little guy eats a lot. But sometimes I do 2 at a time. Anyways, I'm going to pour it in there. I'm going to add my onion, which I already chopped up for time's sake. Zip it up. Shake it around. Lay it back flat. What I do, guys, is I take a marker and I write what it is. If it's going into the freezer, cilantro chicken, and I write the date. Because if you're making a bunch of these, it's always good to know which one to pull first. Or if you're marinating some other kind of chicken and these went in later, then you know what to work. So I'm going to walk over to the freezer and stick it in there. All right, guys, I'm going to take my frozen chicken breasts out. What I also did is my family loves potatoes, so I just cut up some potatoes this morning, and I put some extra virgin olive oil, a little bit of lemon so they don't turn brown, a little kosher salt, a little pepper, so that when I put my chicken breasts on, I'm going to put my potatoes around, and we're going to have one whole meal done at the same time. That's the beauty of the New Wave. All right, guys, so we're going to take our frozen chicken breasts and we're going to place them in the center of the rack. We're doing it on the 4-inch rack. Put that off to the side. Then we're going to take our potatoes. And I use my hands. I mean, as a chef, if they're clean, they're your best tools. And I'm just going to stack these around, and we're going to cook them for 10 minutes on each side. So I'm going to do 10 minutes, and then I'm going to turn them. So here we go. Let me wipe my hands real quick. All right, we're going to place the dome on. We're going to hit cook time, 10, start. And also, when I turn the chicken breast, I'm also going to rotate the potatoes a little bit. They get nice and brown, and they get cooked all the way through, but they have that nice, crusty, crunchy bite to them that we like in my family. So, in 10 minutes, the timer will go off, and we'll flip them. All right, guys, we're getting ready to flip our chicken. I wanted to let you know a few things. You don't have to flip it. I like the presentation side of it, being a chef. So if you want to let it sit there and put the full 20 minutes on, feel free to do it. Go do a load of laundry, whatever you need to do. But I'm going to flip it because I like the way it looks. So you're going to take the dome off. Great steam. Cleans out your pores. We're gonna flip our chicken. And I love how the convection of this oven just generates circular motions. And so nothing really just sits. So you'll find that even the cilantro won't turn that blacky brown like when you saute it or you put it on a grill. All right. So we're going to stick the lid back on here. Dome is set. We're going to give it cook time, 10 minutes, start. Okay, guys, so our chicken is done in a mere 20 minutes. I really want to impress the point that I like my meat, any meat, to sit 2 to 3 minutes. Chicken. I'm going to let it sit for a little bit, but for time's sake, I'm going to go ahead and pull it off after a minute. But any of your meats other than shrimp should sit and rest. It just gives it time for all the juices to stay in the meat. And if you do pull it out, don't cut into it. Okay, guys, so our meat has rested for a few minutes. all that steam. Look how beautifully brown. So I'm going to take a chicken breast, place it on my plate, place some potatoes on there. Look how nice and crispy those are. But they're going to be soft and tender on the inside. All right. Now, I want to show you just how nice and juicy and done this is. I don't know if you can see this. I can actually hold it up for you. But it's just perfect. There's no pinkness or anything. And once again, you know, you might have to give it a minute, give or take, depending on the size of your chicken breast. But more importantly, I want to show you something really cool. I've recently lost some weight, and it really has been the new wave, and my husband has also. This is the fat that we would have put in our bodies if we had left it in a baking dish. I don't know what to say. There's the evidence. That's all the fat there was. So that's one of my favorite things about this, is that it retains the moisture, retains the flavor, but all the fat is at the bottom of your pan. So until next time, have a great day.